When we look at the world, we must understand we're living in a fallen world.
Yeah.
That from the time of the fall of mankind, the ground has been cursed. We get tornadoes, we get earthquakes. People are living in sin, and there's all sorts of things that can happen to you.
What would you say to a young Christian who comes to you and says, "Hey, I'm following Christ, but things are going wrong. This person has passed away in my life. This is going wrong. I'm trusting God for this, and I've been praying for this, and it's just not working out." What would you say to them? Is that a case of God's timing versus their timing? What's your answer?
So as I said earlier, is that you know what, a Christian life is not perfect. It doesn't mean that your dog is not going to go across the road and, God forbid, but get knocked by a car.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean, I know it's such a
You go, so hard on my dog after this, yeah.
it's such a horrible example, but it doesn't mean that's not going to happen. Bad things happen to good people all the time.
Sure. Yeah.
So when we look at the world, we must understand we're living in a fallen world.
Yeah.
That from the time of the fall of mankind, the ground has been cursed. We get tornadoes, we get earthquakes. People are living in sin, and there's all sorts of things that can happen to you. But amongst the chaos, I feel that there's something that we can focus on and that we can anchor on. That because I feel that Jesus is our anchor.
Sure.
That even though we go through suffering and we go through struggles, remember we serve somebody that's familiar with suffering, that knows exactly. He's not unable to identify with it because he came down, he took on flesh. He came into the world, and when he came into the world, he also suffered as well. He experienced rejection, he experienced loss, he experienced pain, insults, and physical pain as well.
Yeah.
He went through it all. Jesus went through it all, so he knows exactly what we're going through, and I feel he's the perfect person to take us through it. So my advice to somebody who is going through something and they probably feel overwhelmed by it is that just keep going and keep focusing on Jesus there, and keep your hands and your eyes, everything locked onto Jesus.
Wow.
Because I remember this one illustration, another pastor also said this, which is, I learn from everybody as much as I can, is that a true story. He went on this boat, and I don't know what they were doing on this whole ship thing. And when they were on the ship, they were feeling seasick, and they felt like throwing up and so on. And because everything is like swaying from the left to right. So the captain came.
You appeared in the...
No, I wish. He was walking in the water. But the captain came in and said, "Hey, you know what? You guys are feeling sick, but let me give you a little trick." He says, "Don't focus on the boat and don't focus on the swaying and on the water. Just focus on the horizon. It doesn't ever change."
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So when they fixed the eyes on the horizon, they started to feel a little better because they're not looking at the water, not looking at the swaying of the boat. The horizon never changed, and in that sense, the horizon is Jesus for us.
Wow.
Yeah. So it never changes. It's sturdy. It's fixated.
Yeah.
While everything else fails, everything else spirals out into chaos, Jesus remains the same yesterday, today, and forevermore.
Wow.
So I think that's something that you hold on to Jesus as your anchor, and that's where you find your grounding. That's where you'll find your peace. That's where you'll find your strength to go through it all. Yeah.